This is the kind of disaster that doesn't even give you time to panic, because it arrives faster than your heartbeat can rise. One rainstorm. 1 hour, and Safi, Morocco, is swallowed by a flash flood. Cars get swept away, homes go under, people become trapped. In the blink of an eye, everything changes. Welcome to Global Weather Disasters. If you're new here, this is where we don't just watch disasters. We break down what happened, why it happened, and what lessons can help you stay safer. Today is Safi. But the feeling of rain that comes too fast and water that rises too suddenly doesn't belong to just one city. So stay to the end. I'll share a short survival checklist. Things you can do even without gear, without time, with only a few seconds to choose correctly. Safi, or Asfi, is a coastal city in western Morocco, along the Atlantic Ocean. A place with everyday life like anywhere else. Markets, small shops, familiar roads, neighborhoods with narrow alleys, low ground, and houses packed close together. Places like this often feel safe because they're familiar, because they're close, because you walk through them every day and nothing happens. And that's why when the sky starts to rain, people usually think, it'll stop soon, it's just rain. But a flash flood doesn't need you to believe it. It only needs a path to run. On December 14, 2025, Safi was hit by a short burst of intense rainfall. Water surged quickly through low-lying points, lower roads, and areas with weak drainage. In roughly an hour, multiple streets turned into fast-moving, muddy currents. Early reports described casualties rising as rescue and search efforts continued. At least 37 people were reported dead, with many others injured. Damage was severe, with around 70 homes and businesses inundated and 10 vehicles swept away. After the rain eased, the water gradually receded, but it left behind mud, debris, shattered roads, and a city's routine abruptly cut in half. Those are the facts. But the part that tightens your throat usually isn't inside the numbers, it's inside the small details. A shop that didn't have time to pull down the metal shutter, a phone call that never got answered, a single step delayed by seconds, and one decision made too late. The scariest thing about a flash flood isn't that it's loud, it's that it arrives while you're still living an ordinary afternoon. You hear the rain, you see the water, you tell yourself it's fine, and a few minutes later, the water has force. It's no longer standing water, it becomes a current. And once a current exists, you don't get to negotiate with it. Many people imagine flooding as water rising slowly, but flash floods behave like a sudden release. When rain falls too fast, the ground can't absorb it, drains can't carry it away. Water searches for another route, and the easiest route is the surface streets, narrow alleys, and low corridors. Picture a city like a huge basin, and the drainage system as a small outlet. If you pour slowly, it can still drain. If you dump a bucket in minutes, it overflows. In Safi, the danger wasn't only the water level, it was the speed, carrying mud, trash, and hard debris. That kind of flow doesn't just make things wet, it can knock you down, jam doors, drag objects, and push vehicles. Here's a paradox many people miss. The more a place is used to drought, the easier it is to underestimate water. After months of dryness, soil surfaces can harden and absorb less. When heavy rain hits, water doesn't soak in the way you expect. It runs across the surface, rushes toward lower points, and if the city has natural funnels like slopes, narrow alleys, underpasses, or low-ground blocks, water concentrates unbelievably fast. Some neighborhoods are beautiful because they're older, tighter, and more compact. But when extreme rain arrives, that tightness turns streets into channels. Water gets squeezed, speed increases, and as speed rises, danger rises with it. All it takes is one blocked drain, one undersized outlet, one pile of debris arriving at the wrong spot, and suddenly, water climbs faster than your mind can accept. That's why when experts examine city flash floods, they often ask, not only how much rain fell, but where the flow got trapped and where the system failed. A trend often discussed in meteorology is this: a warmer atmosphere can hold more moisture, and when conditions align, it releases that moisture in short, intense bursts. This kind of rain is a perfect trigger for flash floods because it doesn't need to last all day. It only needs a short window strong enough to overwhelm drainage and human response time. Flash floods don't give you time to organize, they demand early decisions. A lot of danger comes from everyday instincts, trying to drive through moving water because it looks not that deep, staying on the ground floor to protect property, running into the street because it feels like the fastest escape. In flash floods, streets are often the most dangerous place, because that's where the water chooses to run. One short line can save your life. Turn back, don't cross in flash floods. The danger isn't only how high the water looks, it's how fast it's moving. Water running across a road isn't a wet road, it's a current that can take your balance in a single moment. If water is rising and moving, running into the street is often the wrong choice, because the street is the water's path. If you can, move upward to higher floors, higher ground, solid shelter. Wait for official guidance. Avoid low areas, basements, underpasses, and deep, narrow alleys. You don't need movie-level survival gear, but you do need practical basics. Know the nearest high point. Know an exit route that avoids low funnels. Keep your phone charged when heavy rain is forecast. Have a small flashlight and a basic document pouch. And most importantly, have a plan in your head. Because during a flash flood, you don't have time to think long. You only have time to act right. If you want calm, clear, truly useful breakdowns like this, subscribe to Global Weather Disasters. We follow disasters not to sensationalize, but to understand and stay safer. You can leave a simple comment. Does your city get sudden heavy downpours? Have you ever seen water rise unbelievably fast? Stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video.